Welcome back to our latest episode of Remax TV. Today we've got the pleasure of the company of John Barnden, principal of our multi-office Torrens Realty organisation. John, tell us about multi-offices.
Hi Jeff, well it's good to be here, something different. Multiple offices, well it's interesting trying to run two offices at once. It's a lot more difficult to run than having one office. It's a matter of having the ability to be there for the needs of our sales reps and also motivating them at the same time. So it's interesting to do that rather than having the one office. So your time is spent.
Okay, and obviously the multiple locations, you're running backwards and forwards. However, you've got a good partner in Steve. He assists you from the property management point of view. How's that work for you?
Yeah, well, obviously we've got sales and property management in our division, or both of our offices. So Steve's there for our property management division, working with the property management department and the assistants, whilst we've got 13 to 14 salespeople in our business, including myself, that we have to, or that I have to look after as well. So it's just a matter of, as I indicate, motivating those people and making sure you're there for them.
And yesterday we talked about that transition you make from being a leader, or from being a salesperson principal, to being a leader in your own right, and turning your business into a profitable enterprise without you being actually out there in the coalface.
That's right.
How are you finding that?
I was talking to one of our salespeople today about that and what we'd had learnt from yesterday. And the interesting thing is again, trying to spend the right amount of time in your business, whether or not it's out there selling, and making sure that you're doing enough for your salespeople to not spend so much time selling yourself. It's selling yourself, trying to recruit more agents to your business rather than trying to sell property.
Which is important. I mean, growth's important, and sometimes we get so sidetracked with those issues of trying to earn a quid that we forget about recruitment, and in our business it's about recruitment, isn't it? Area domination is about getting the right people to work for your organisation that are going to get out there and promote the brand and do the right thing by our clients in the marketplace.
Yeah, we have our salespeople who are the sales specialists, and as an owner you want to be a business specialist. And sometimes we do lose foresight in what we need to do, or the vision that we need to happen.
You've been with Remax now for about 2.5 years, I believe, or 2 years,
right.
Is it?
February 2008.
Okay, so a couple of years. How are you finding that?
It's been certainly a different change. We've had a couple of changes. We were new to the business November 2006. Where we took over an independent organisation.
The Torrens Realty.
Torrens Realty, and then we moved over to Remax when we had the opportunity to.
Sure, and then you moved over to Remax when it was owned by America, and you've gone through another transition in the ownership change when I took over, going back about 10 months ago.
That's right.
What advantages do you see Remax brings to you?
I think just the ability of, one, having the association, the training, and well, especially the training, whether it be live on site for website, or whether it be having the ability just to come and see yourself, or having the training that you run in our organisation.
Sure.
So it's been fantastic.
So would you say the resources there help you from a point of view of the day-to-day running of your office?
Well, it gives you encouragement, because sometimes you need motivation yourself. It's nice to motivate your salespeople, but to come back, you need to come back and have some motivation yourself. You can sometimes be negative in your own mind.
Sure.
So it's good to have someone to fall back on and rely on. So we're glad to have you on board. It's great.
Thanks, mate. And from the point of view of camaraderie, I mean, you and Wendy are well and truly into that. And having travelled to America with you a couple of months ago, I saw the other side. I wouldn't say the devilish side, but certainly you and Wendy know how to have a good time. Would that be a fair assessment?
Yeah, that's right. We want to make sure that we're having fun, no matter whether it's business or pleasure, that everybody enjoys the opportunity to, as I say, the association. It's great to have the association. And the biggest thing that we found that in America was having the networking just with other people in the organisation, not just in Australia, but from every country that was there.
It's extremely important to have fun, and going to that event last year was amazing. One of the 4,000 real estate agents from all over the world, all working under the Remax brand in one place in Orlando. Yeah. I know from my point of view, after 23 years in the industry, I'd never seen anything on that scale. So, and they're saying that's happening in a bad market, and certainly from the point of view of bad markets compared to what the Americans have been through, we've got no idea about a bad market, have we?
That's for sure. We've got great opportunity here, which, as you say, we haven't been affected as much as what the US have, and other countries. So we're a little bit blessed, I guess, when it comes to resources and what's available here in WA.
Sure. When you see lists of properties that they presented to us that had been reduced in price by 75%, properties that are sold for, $1 million going back 3 or 4 years ago that they're on the market for $250,000.
That's right. Perfect opportunity for us to buy.
Amazing.
It would be nice to have that similar situation, but on the opposite side, we need to make sure that things are going well in the economy. As you can appreciate, you find that the market is always up and down, and our salespeople have got to run with that too.
Sure. And look, from the point of view of salespeople and from a commercial aspect, you've been through the experience of inheriting salespeople who have been in the business for a long time. And obviously, we appreciate those people, but then at the same time, you've got that conflict of bringing new people on. And, we know that people who have been in the industry for a long time tend to be set in their ways. And look, nothing wrong with that because, as long as they're writing the figures, it's hard to argue with success. Correct, yeah. But, how do you find that with getting new people in, trying to expose them to the systems and, and Gen Y's succeeding in business, dealing with us baby boomers that have perhaps been around a little bit longer? You've had to battle with that a little bit, haven't you?
It's a bit like what you indicated. You have to just roll with the punches and set yourself a plan and say, okay, we've basically set ourselves a plan for 5 years, change the culture, but it's not going to happen straight away. So it's an interesting thing to work with.
Sure.
But the new recruits that are coming on board, obviously they are handling the new culture or the new ways of doing things. However, as you said, we have people that have been into traditional concepts and been with the business for a long time.
Yeah, some of those people 20 years odd, haven't they?
Yeah, one particular person has been with us for 25 years of service.
Wow. And
still writing great numbers.
Yeah, so it's hard to argue with that success, isn't it?
Exactly. So we try not to change them too much, but give them the ability or give them the opportunity to see all the information and the tools available, and it's up to them whether or not they use them.
It's all really that you can do, isn't it?
Exactly.
And what's the future hold for you? You tell us a little bit about your vision with Torrens Realty.
Well, it's interesting. We're now working on, and I don't even know if some of our staff know this, but we're working on another office south of the river. Hopefully, it's a large development that one of our agents is working on, a 400 lot subdivision.
Beautiful.
So if that comes off, we're going to work with that and have a new office down south.
So as a foundation for setting off a new office,
Correct.
400 lot subdivision's a nice foundation, isn't it?
Yeah, so we may start with a land sales office first and then work from there.
So look, in wrapping it up, you've been through the mill, you've worked as an independent, you've taken over an independent agency, and now you've worked under a franchise brand for a couple of years. We'd like to believe that we've partnered together less than a year ago and that we've got something to look forward to together into the future. How do you see the Remax brand going in Western Australia as we move forward from the exposure that you've had so far?
I think it's been great, particularly since the region is now independently owned by someone in WA. It has our own interests at heart. Yeah. So I think with the distance that we have in Australia, to have the WA region by itself, we can approach someone like yourself now directly and things move forward, and you can see the direct impact it has within our region.
Absolutely. So from the point of view of the advantage of having local ownership and experience and coupling that up with the resources that Remax offer, it's a pretty good recipe, isn't it?
No, it's fantastic. Can't wait for the next, 3, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it's going to be.
Great stuff. And look, we look forward to working with yourself and Wendy into the future, and we're excited by your passion and the fact that you always find a way to smile about anything that comes up.
We try.
And it's hard sometimes, isn't it, in business? We've got the challenges of legislation, the challenges of government and taxation and all of those things. But what I've found is that working together with good people, you can always get together and have a chat about it and have a laugh about it and move on. And we look forward to doing that with you.
Thanks very much, Jeff.
Pleasure, mate.
It's been great.
Thank you very much. And thanks very much to one and all for joining us for another episode of Remax TV.